Alright guys, and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for Southampton content for our match preview ahead of Friday night's game in front of the Sky cameras under the lights at St. Mary's as we host local neighbours Bournemouth. And of course, like every year, the media are trying to promote this as a South Coast derby, but this time the actual South Coast derby is of course only a couple of days afterwards. And we're all thinking about that game in less than a week now, but we have to look ahead to the games before that, and this is the last one before the big one at Fraston Park on Tuesday night. And it's a good chance, I think, to pick up some more points and continue our really good run. But before we get into the video, guys, it'd be massively appreciated if you could subscribe. We're getting close to 2,000 and we want to hit that as soon as possible. Follow us on our socials as well. Right, let's get into the video. Before we talk Bournemouth, let's talk Sheffield United, of course, our last game, and it was a really good result in the end, 1-0 win for the Saints. Yeah, I thought it was a decent display, quite even. I thought Sheffield United made a really good account of themselves in the game, but we showed the extra little bit of quality in Djenepo's goal that got us over the line and got us the 3 points. We also defended well in parts, created decent chances, so definitely should have scored more than one, but on the other side, Sheffield United definitely should have scored with what they created as well. So overall, you can't really complain about that performance on Saturday at Bramall Lane. And of course, Shea Adams was very unlucky not to score. He's still waiting for his first Southampton goal. We've jinxed it a little bit on the channel here. We've said every week that he's going to score, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut this time around, hoping he can get his first against Bournemouth. But happy days so far. We're currently sat in 10th. Our last defeat was the Liverpool game over a month ago against Liverpool, and to be fair, the only game where we really haven't performed is the Burnley one on the first day. Since then, we've actually played quite well in my eyes. But yeah, currently in 10th, a win would propel us all the way up to 3rd. How about that? That'd be really exciting. Of course, it will only be for less than a day because we're the first game of the weekend. But of course, both our wins in the Premier League, all 3 of our wins in all competitions have come away from home. So I think it's really important that we get a win in front of our own fans at St. Mary's. You know, the first 2 home games were obviously tough against top 6 sides. This is the first one that's not against the top 6 side. All respect to Bournemouth, of course, but really we should be looking to win this one. Now, Nathan Redmond could be back. It doesn't look too likely, but as I film this, we haven't had the press conference, so stay tuned for our predicted lineup video to hear all the news on Redmond and whether there are any other injuries. But it looks like the squad should be okay. But now on to Bournemouth. They've had a good start as well, pretty much identical to ours. You know, they've gone through in the cup and they've also won 7 points from 5 games. Just they're 1 place above us in 9th. Based on goals scored. Same goal difference, everything pretty much. Last time out they beat Everton at the Vitality 3-1. A good all-round performance from them. It seemed that Everton didn't really show up on the day, but they managed to get 6 of their 13 shots on target. 13 shots isn't too bad, especially when you see that they actually had less possession than their visitors. But of course, the only stat that matters is the goals scored stat. And it seems that Bournemouth, yet again this season, are an attacking side, but potentially have some defensive frailties that we can take advantage of. And we saw that last time out, only back in April towards the end of the month. It was that 5 months ago, just under. And of course it was that 3-3 draw that secured our survival in the Premier League. And some of the defending that day was pretty poor, but some of the attacking from both sides as well was pretty spectacular. So of course, entertainment wise, I'm sure the neutral will want to see something like that when they're watching on TV. But for the fans, yeah, I don't think they can manage that. But our Premier League record against Bournemouth has actually been very good, which begs the question why they're still trying to push it as a derby when we play them. But we've only lost against them once since their promotion back in 2015. Now, in terms of key players for them, Callum Wilson seems to be the obvious choice. I'm very jealous that they were able to get Harry Wilson even on loan, but he's looked very good, really good free kick against Man City a few weeks ago. But you know what, I think our defence have actually had some strong performances lately, and they're definitely capable of keeping their key attacking players quiet. You know, Josh King is in that mould as well. Luckily for us, David Brooks is injured. So, you know, if our defence have another good performance, I back us to keep it pretty quiet for Bournemouth. Of course, their fans are going to come up and sing all these songs about how they run the South Coast. You know, it's just funny, the fact that the next game we've got is Portsmouth, and they're still trying to push it as a derby. But the less said about that, the better. And the thing is, what makes it even weirder kind of, I like Bournemouth. I think they're a good side. I think they'll give us a good game on Friday night, but ultimately, at the moment, I think we will have more than them on the night. The fact that it's at home as well, you know, I think will be too much. Now that leads me nicely onto my prediction. Like I've said, Bournemouth are a good side, but I definitely think we're capable of beating them at home. And you know, I think we have to win this game, only because the next 2 Premier League games after this are difficult, Spurs and Chelsea. And you know, it's like last season, we don't want to be waiting all the way to Christmas to get our first home win. And the thing is, it's the first non-top 6 side we've played at home, but we performed in the other two. Obviously got a point against Man United, easily could have gotten a point against Liverpool with the shift that we put in. So you'd like to think that this one, yeah, we'll be ready to win it. That's the thing, it's really strange. We've actually won more games so far this season in all competitions than we've actually lost. You know, it's really good to see, but I think we just need to keep building momentum, and we've got confidence at the moment. That's the really important thing. We've also been keeping clean sheets and not letting in too many goals. You know, we conceded one against Man United, got a clean sheet last weekend against Sheffield United, clean sheet against Brighton, clean sheet against Fulham. You know, it's been decent defensively over the last couple of weeks. And of course, playing under the lights at St. Mary's is always special. Playing in front of the Sky cameras, sort of playing our football in front of the entire nation in a game that potentially we're favourites to win. I'm not too sure. I think it would be quite even at the moment, given the fact that Bournemouth and Southampton literally have identical records at the moment, bar goals scored and goals conceded. To get a win in front of the Sky cameras would be fantastic, obviously in front of our own fans as well. And it's really important that we do pick up 3 points in this one, because the fixtures are going to get tough once again. And having said all of that, I'm going to go for a 3-1 prediction. I think we've got goals in us, and I think we'll create a decent amount of chances on Friday night. I think Bournemouth will score though. You know, I back us to keep a clean sheet, of course, but I think their attacking options are pretty strong, and I can see them putting at least one past us. But at the end of the day, I think we'll outscore them, because, like I say, at times they look to have some defensive frailties. Now, I'm not going to jinx Che Adams. Obviously, he hasn't scored yet, and every week I've been saying he will score, so I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to say that Sofiane Boufal is going to score. Obviously, we don't know whether he'll start. It depends on Nathan Redmond, but I think him and Djenepo should start, even if Redmond's relatively fit. He'll probably be on the bench if he's ready, and then he's definitely ready for that Portsmouth game. But this one comes first. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let us know your score predictions in the comment section below. Like the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you tomorrow for the predicted lineup.